the State Director for the Center for Human Rights and Accountability Project, CHRAN, and he's here with us, a human rights activist. Of course, last week you know that he himself and I had a bit of an argument, especially on thorny issues of this kind. I'm hopeful that we can have a gentlemanly conversation today, and I'm hopeful that the activist part of him will not take the better part of the conversation. That said, let's welcome Otwekon Franklin Isom. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, Ike. Good morning, amazing. Good morning, listeners. Good to be here today.
Okay, Otwekon, there's some coldness in your voice, and I don't want to ask why, but I'm going to ask the other way. Have you got feel?
Ike, let me on the flip side, let me commend Governor Eno. Last week, you recall I was here to raise the issue of unpaid salaries of Ibom power plant workers, and I said that from March they've not been paid their salaries up till this month, and I made that advocacy calling on the governor to ensure that their salaries have been paid. On my way to the studio, I got a call from workers there that advocacy had been responded to, that the governor has cleared their salaries they've paid up till June.
Well,
so it means that
we're going to clap that.
Yes. So this is an applause to the governor. It means that Passion FM is being heard. That whatever we say here is heard in the corridors of powers, and the governor
resonates.
And the governor takes action. And apart from that, I think the governor has been one governor that is a listening governor. You recall, I also came here to talk about our interaction with the NIPS, people from the National Institute of Strategic Studies, NIPS, when we talked about advocacies ranging from the roads flood that we have, the bad road erosion that is happening in the state, and we call on the governor to set up a specialized agency to handle issue of climate change. And the governor, I think last week, when he interfaced with the delegation of the federal government on climate change, led by Ezekiel Yaituk, had responded by saying he will put up a committee to handle climate change related issues, and also he's going to appoint a special assistant to him on climate change. This is another, for us, another applause, because a governor that is listening to what the people are saying, to what the critical stakeholders are saying, worth commendation. You cannot govern the state alone without taking all these views. Whether you like it or not, what we are doing here goes a long way to adding to the governance of the state. That is why you see me coming here every day, using my fear to come here every day to ensure that I add my voice to how the state is governed. Now, why I have to start on this note is because just like we are about to talk about the issue of the fuel scarcity, we also want to believe that the president will also listen to us.
There isn't a scarcity,
the increment, the fuel pump increase. The belief is that just like the governor of the state is listening to us and responding to us, that President Tinubu will also listen to us and also respond to these advocacies we are making.
Talking about listening, he's been listening though, because that 8,000 naira palliative is being reviewed, and the approach to that, palliative, the entire palliative structure with regards to giving Nigerians 8,000 is being reviewed as we speak. So he's listening. Okay,
back to the question you asked whether I bought fuel. Yes, yesterday I had to go around because when I just saw a news scroll bar that NNPC
had announced 617
Limited has announced increase of petrol to 617
568 in Lagos
naira. I was surprised, and then I just immediately went out to look for fuel, and I was able to get it at NNPC station along Ikodepone Road, close to AP. I bought it 595 naira. That was yesterday. As of today, I think the prices will begin to go high. Now, I don't know, when you talk about market forces, the question I would like to ask, like a poster to NNPC PM, is that who is this market forces? And when we talk about the total deregulation of a product, like for example the telecom sector, you cannot allow one network to decide, network service provider to decide what will happen to all other service network providers. If you are buying a particular SIM card for example, for 1 naira, the other one may choose to sell it for 5 naira because of their market prices, market forces. That for me is what I understood to mean market forces. But where one particular company, NNPC Limited, will be announcing the pump price, its own pump price, and every other stations like the AP, like the one and the rest will immediately sell the same pump price. Something is wrong somewhere. So who is the market forces? Is it NNPC PL, that's NNPC Limited, that is now detecting the market price for pump price? That's one. Two, like we have said before, it is unheard of, it is impulsive for a government to borrow money to feed Nigerians. You cannot borrow money to be feeding your family. For instance, how will you pay back? You keep on borrowing. Now, the government of President Muhammadu Buhari had approached the World Bank for a loan of $800 million. And that amounted to 631 billion 600 million naira in naira. And that money was supposed to be used to feed Nigerians for the fuel subsidy removal. We from the beginning had opposed the loan. We had also opposed the purpose of the loan. You are borrowing money to feed Nigerians. And that is why we had asked that when the former president sent the proposal to the National Assembly, we had advised that the Senate and the reps reject that proposal. Good 18, the Senator Ahmed Lawan Senate could not pass. They referred the matter to the Senate Committee on Loans and Finance. I think the committee delayed until the government of Buhari, wind up, and he left. Now, as a man coming with a renewed hope, that is President Bola Ahmed Tinubu coming with a renewed hope, we think that he would have sat back and thought of how to, if you are going for that loan, how you are going to use it judiciously. Now you have removed subsidy. Like we have been told now, you no longer have the hands in the prices again. Simply put, the Petroleum Pricing Monitoring Regulation, that is PPPRO, have no longer powers to regulate or fix pump prices. Now you could have thought of how to make the product available to Nigerians. You have removed subsidy. What is subsidy? Subsidy, we have called it a fraud because it is only put for those who are importing. It's only meant to augment the forex price because, for example, today, one of the reasons why the NNPC Limited, increased the pump price is because they said that the forex price, they are now getting naira. It is 840 naira per dollar, and that is one of the reasons why they have to increase their distance. They increase the pump price.
I wanted to crave your indulgence. There are two very important persons who granted an interview as soon as this increment was, announced. I wanted us to listen.